Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Custom Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster wants to know from this photo how to create the outline image of this girl here and keep it as a pattern to be used elsewhere. So basically what we want to do is cut this pattern out and try to cut it out as sharp as possible and save that pattern to be used elsewhere. So if you zoom in, you're going to notice one thing is that this is a pretty low resolution image because you can see all this digital artifacting. So we're going to have to clean some of that up. So in order to do that, first thing we want to do is make it much more contrasty, and we can take out the color to help us do that. So I'm going to go to Enhance up here, go to Adjust Color, and hit Remove Color. This makes it a true black and white image, which make it easier to work on. Then we come back to Enhance, come down to Adjust Lighting, and then Brightness and Contrast. And now this is where the magic happens. We're going to make this a lot more contrasty between the background and the image. So if I bring the brightness down, like almost all the way, see that? The more we bring it down, the more you're going to see all the artifacting that's going on here that we don't want. But we can help that by bringing the contrast up. So we can bring the contrast down, which makes it more fuzzy, or bring it up, which sharpens the edges a little bit. So this is going to look a lot better and work a lot better than what we had before. So we're going to leave it right around here, and we'll hit OK. Now, if we were to use the magic wand tool and try to grab everything in here in the white, you're going to see what's going to happen. I'll grab the magic wand, I'll open up the tool options. Let me go ahead and unlock this layer over here. And then if you set the tolerance, it's set to 50 right now. So if I just click in the middle, you're going to see what's happening. When I zoom in, look at this. It's not grabbing everything we want, and it's really super jaggedy. That's not what we want. I'm going to undo that. So what we want to do is fill in all these jaggedy areas with this white. So if we take the polygon tool, the lasso tool, and come down to the polygonal lasso, and we just kind of trace this outline. And go like this, and try to get it as close as possible. Then we're going to fill in the middle with the white, and this will basically give us a much sharper outline of the whole image. And once we get down to the end here, I'm going to double click, and that will close the jaggedy lines. I'm going to zoom out, and you'll see the marching ants. I'm going to create a new layer and come down here to the color palette, and we can choose any color we want. I'm going to stick with black and hit OK and grab the paint bucket, and we're going to fill that in. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I can hit Control D to deselect, and I can turn off the background. And now we can save this after we crop it. So we take the cropping tool, and I'm going to come down here just below and outside of the edge of the image, come back up here, and crop it right around there. And now we have a silhouette of our original image. At this point, I can right-click and delete the original. So now I can take this pattern and save it on my desktop as a PSD file. And I can also use it as a template for a needlepoint cross-stitch pattern. If I drag it into a new file, let's say we want to use it here somewhere, I can bring it in here, make it bigger, and let's say we want to turn it to fit this image. If I wanted to make it white, I can always come to the color palette and choose the pure white hue, which is 255, 255, 255. Hit OK, grab the paint bucket and paint it in. Or if I really want, I can make just the outline by right-clicking and hit Edit Layer Style. Go to Stroke, make sure the stroke is black, make sure that it's set to the outside, and make it as thick or as thin as I want. If I want it to be 5 points thick, but let's go ahead and make it like 3 points thick. We'll hit OK, and there's our outline. Once we simplify the layer up here, then it turns the effect into an image. So if I go Simplify Layer, then I can grab the magic tool, come down here, make sure the tolerance is right around 50%, click in the middle, hit Delete, and there we go, Control D to deselect, and now we got us the pattern of the exact same image. And that's it for this tutorial. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Rich calling it quits, saying over and out.